Welcome to Daily News Brief, your fast track to today's top stories. Like and subscribe to stay informed. Here are the top highlights making headlines in the news today. Bondi fires Justice Department employee for gesturing at National Guard. Child rescued after walking along Hersheypark Monorail tracks. FBI, cybersecurity experts warn of three-phase scam that is draining bank accounts. Southwest Airlines begins flying first plane with secondary cockpit barrier. CDC official makes shocking confession about RFK Jr.'s intel. Is my neighbor allowed to park in front of my house? Here's what Colorado law says. Government Gretchen Whitmer calls special election for state Senate seat that could split Michigan chamber. Costco set to enforce new rule starting September 1. Everything you need to know. CDC warns travelers to use enhanced precautions as dangerous disease spreads. Russian defense minister says his forces have sped up rate of their advance in Ukraine. Finland is on the verge of an incredible human-made alteration deep beneath the earth. They'll hold a total of 5,500 tons of waste. Mom in NH murder-suicide was accused of stealing $660,000 from company she worked for, report says. Apple's iPhone 17, awe-dropping, event is on September 9. Here's what we expect. Texas Congressman Dan Crenshaw faced MAGA's full fury as his constituents demanded the GOP release more details of the late financier's crimes and affiliations. Apple iOS 26. Everything you need to know about the new features in the upcoming iPhone update. U.S. builds up forces in Caribbean as officials, experts, ask why. Stay tuned as we break down the stories behind these headlines. United States Attorney General Pam Bondi fired a Department of Justice employee.
The employee made an obscene gesture towards National Guard members in Washington, District of Columbia.
Bondi stated that individuals who disrespect law enforcement will not be employed at the department.
The dismissed employee, Elizabeth Baxter, worked as a paralegal in the department's environmental defense section.
Baxter reportedly made the gesture and used offensive language on August 18.
She also allegedly made disparaging remarks about the troops.
President Donald Trump deployed National Guard members to Washington, District of Columbia, this month.
He cited a crime emergency and announced a temporary federal takeover of the city's police department.
A child is safe after briefly walking along the Hersheypark Monorail tracks.
Park officials confirmed the monorail was not in operation during the incident.
The child, separated from his parents around 5 post-meridium, entered a closed monorail station.
He remained there for 20 minutes before venturing onto the tracks.
Guests observed the child and one climbed the structure to rescue him.
The child was unharmed and reunited with his family around 5:30 post-meridium.
Hersheypark expressed gratitude for the guests' vigilance and their team's rapid response.
They reaffirmed their commitment to maintaining high guest safety standards.
The Federal Bureau of Investigation is warning about a three-phase scam called Phantom Hacker.
The first phase involves scammers impersonating tech support.
The scammers then instruct victims to open their financial accounts.
In the second phase, this scammer tells the victim to move their money for safekeeping.
The final phase involves a scammer impersonating a government official.
To protect yourself, never give remote access to your computer to unsolicited callers.
Dr. Demeter Daskalakis recently resigned from the Centers for Disease Control.
He revealed that Health Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr. has not been briefed by the center's scientists on major diseases.
Daskalakis was one of many officials who left after Kennedy fired the agency director.
The director refused to approve unscientific directives and fire health experts.
Daskalakis said Kennedy has not received briefings on measles, COVID-19, or influenza.
He stated that Kennedy receives information from other sources, not Centers for Disease Control experts.
He added that the Centers for Disease Control is a leading public health organization globally.
Kennedy may rely on alternate experts instead of the Centers for Disease Control scientists.
In Colorado, it is generally legal to park on the street in front of a residence, even if you do not live there.
This is permitted as long as there are no posted signs prohibiting it.
However, parking within 5 feet of a driveway is prohibited, except for loading and unloading.
Parking on sidewalks, grass strips, or medians is also illegal.
Vehicles cannot be parked within 15 feet of a fire hydrant.
They must also be parked facing the correct direction of traffic.
While legal, the city of Fort Collins encourages drivers to be courteous and avoid taking their neighbors' regular parking spots.
Fort Collins has 12 permit parking zones, mainly near Colorado State University and downtown, where permits are required.
Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer called a special election for a vacant state Senate seat.
This seat has been empty for almost 9 months and could shift the balance of power in the chamber.
The Democratic governor faced criticism for the delay in calling the election.
Republicans believe this vacancy hindered representation for the 35th Senate District.
The primary election is scheduled for February 3, 2026, and the general election for May 5, 2026.
This means the district will remain unrepresented for nearly a year and a half.
The outcome of this election could significantly impact Governor Whitmer's final year in office.
A Republican victory could give them the power to block Democratic policies.
Costco will enforce a new rule for executive members starting September 1st.
Executive members will have exclusive access to stores from 9 to 10 on weekdays.
On Saturdays, this exclusive access is shortened to 9:30 to 10.
Other members cannot enter until 10 on weekdays and 9:30 on Saturdays.
This policy has sparked controversy among some Costco members.
However, Costco defends the change as a reward for its most loyal members.
The executive membership costs $130 annually, compared to the $65 Gold Star membership.
This change follows other recent Costco updates, such as switching from Pepsi to Coca-Cola products.
The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention issued a Level 2 travel warning for Guangdong Province in China due to a chikungunya outbreak.
Travelers are advised to practice enhanced precautions against this mosquito-borne illness.
Thousands in China have been infected with this painful virus.
The virus spreads when an infected Aedes mosquito bites a person.
While chikungunya is rarely fatal, it can cause intense joint pain lasting weeks, months, or even years.
About 35.3 million people are infected globally each year, with an estimated 3,700 annual deaths.
In the United States, 46 travel-related cases have been reported this year.
There is no cure or specific treatment, so prevention is crucial.
Russian Defense Minister Andrei Belousov claims Russian forces have increased their advance rate in Ukraine.
He states they are now taking control of 600 to 700 square kilometers per month.
This is a significant increase compared to the 300 to 400 square kilometers at the beginning of the year.
Belousov also claims Russia has inflicted substantial damage on Ukrainian military and industrial infrastructure.
He cites 35 mass strikes this year targeting 146 critical targets.
These strikes reportedly damaged 62% of key enterprises in Ukraine's military-industrial complex.
Belousov highlighted strikes reducing production capacity and targeting logistics centers and drone launch sites. Emily Long, a New Hampshire mother, is suspected of embezzling $660,000 from the restaurant chain where she worked.
She was the operations manager at Wing It's, a chicken restaurant chain in the Seacoast area.
The restaurant owner accused her of stealing the money over 3 years.
A week after the accusation, Long, her husband, and their 2 children were found dead in their Madbury home.
Authorities determined the deaths of the children and husband were homicides caused by gunshot wounds.
Emily Long's death was ruled a suicide by a single gunshot wound.
A third child, a toddler, was found unharmed in the home.
Investigators urge the public to avoid speculating about a single cause for this tragedy.
Apple is expected to live-stream its awe-dropping iPhone 17 event on September 9th.
The event will be held at 1 post-meridium Eastern Time from Cupertino.
Engadget staff will be reporting live from Apple Park.
A new super-thin iPhone, possibly called iPhone Air, is expected.
New Apple Watch models, including a new Ultra, are also anticipated.
The long-awaited AirPods Pro 3 may also be revealed.
Bloomberg reporter Mark Gurman shared insights on the Engadget podcast.
He discussed the rumored iPhone Air and its potential compromises.
iOS 26, arriving soon after the September 9th iPhone 17 event, introduces exciting features.
The public Beta 5 is available now for testing.
Key improvements include enhanced screenshots and snooze customization.
The camera application is also more user-friendly.
A significant change is Liquid Glass, a translucent design for home and lock screens.
This design will extend across Apple operating systems.
iOS 26 focuses on quality-of-life improvements, such as spam text filtering and call hold assistance.
Plus, a beloved feature returns to the Photos application.
The United States has significantly increased its naval presence in the Southern Caribbean.
This buildup includes 7 warships and a nuclear submarine, totaling over 4,500 personnel.
The Trump administration claims this deployment aims to combat drug cartels.
However, the effectiveness of this strategy is questioned, as most drug trafficking occurs via the Pacific Ocean, not the Atlantic.
Venezuelan officials suspect the United States government may have other motives.
They believe their government, specifically President Nicolas Maduro, might be the real target.
The United States recently doubled the reward for information leading to Maduro's arrest.
This increase in the reward is due to allegations of drug trafficking and connections to criminal groups.
Thank you for listening. Stay informed, stay aware, and join us again for more updates that matter. Until next time.